Okay. Welcome back to Yashahime, Princess Half Demon Anime Review Episode number 18. This I'm viewing the 19th episode of the anime, which is called Princess Aiya's Beniyasha Hunting. This title was somewhat of a lie. Yes, there is a woman named Princess Aiya. She does appear in the episode. But Beniyasha refers to Morha. And this episode is just okay. Starts off with basically we have Kohaku's nephew along with two demon slayers being offered to work for the shogunate. Well, one of the shoguns. And okay. And fighting up against her team, which is comprised of four people known as, get this, the lady, a gay guy, an old lady known as the granny, a guy who sneaks referred to as the ninja, and he looks like a ninja for shit on Naruto, and a big strong guy looked like he's from the 1970s, even though this is the 1600s, named Bushin. Oh yeah, and by the way, their fifth person is Morha. Because apparently joining up with them for this expedition, is to help pay off her debt. It shows the course master was given to the course master by her master. So mention, oh yeah, don't you have a female demon who works for you? A woman who works for you is mention the demon is like, oh yeah, we do. We'll talk to her. They talk to her. By the way, this is actually in Kaede's village. Kaede doesn't appear in this episode. I count on one hand exactly how many appearances this woman's made in this series. In 18 episodes, this woman has appeared in 3 episodes, maybe 4 at best. And most time you see her, it's a quick little, barely one scene cameo, and that's the last scene of her. At least in the last series, she basically was seen good, even though she basically was not there for plot reasons. But at least she was freaking there whenever they went to the village. Here it's oh, we're in the village, and no Kaede for some strange reason. Yep. So, Setsuna agrees to participate in the competition, but he has one condition. Don't tell Toa. For reasons. And Toa wakes up, and we see Morha using the yellow backpack. Probably, I don't know if this is the same backpack used by her mother, or I know it's one of the backpacks that probably Toa brought with her from the future. But she's like, oh yeah, I'm off to a big fight, and of course Toa thinks, oh yeah, they think that, well, she might need help. By the way, apparently she doesn't believe in using a blanket. She prefers to sleep with her sukuit on for reasons I'm not sure why. So, of course, finds Setsuna not there in her hut. I would have figured though, because they're sisters, they might stay in the same house. Nope, apparently they stay in separate houses for some strange reason. Yeah, it's completely unknown exactly why they stay in separate houses. It's never actually explained. I figured, though, siblings was usually stay in the same houses. Even in Japan, they would do this, even here. But apparently, nope, not the case. So, and of course, well, the raccoon dog demon versus the flatline Morha there. Toa basically gets involved, and they have their big battle at some big field someplace. And they fight, and they use oil pots, which look like freaking grenades. Okay. And then, basically, we have Setsuna versus Morha. Toa shows what are you two fighting for? Even basically oh yeah. And this whole fight is completely pointless. We have Morha and Setsuna fighting. Look like a big battle. Oh yeah, and Princess Aiya reveals, oh yeah, this whole thing was a lie. And then Kohaku shows up and says, I figured as much. He's like, who are you? I'm the chief of the Demon Slayers. As a viewer who watched this, I can tell this is Kohaku. I'm not really sure why in the world we have to remind, oh yeah, this is Kohaku. Okay, he's here for this moment here. You see him here, and that's all you see from Kohaku. Oh yeah, and by the way, they claim his nephew, him and his buddies basically want to become rich and pay back their kindness. And, well, he thinks Morha's near dying. Nope, turns out just substitution. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, Kohaku reveals the whole thing was a lie. Oh yeah, and by the way, Princess Aiya is the daughter of the deputy shogun who appeared in episodes 1 and 7. Yes, that one. Oh yeah, and the reason why that she set this up was because I think it was either Setsuna or Toa, probably Moa, where they somehow sewed her, basically stained her Komodo. That's the reason for this. Because these demon girls stained her Komodo. Oh, yeah, to do it again. Of course, she's lying about it because I kind of suspect it. And, of course, Toha basically, despite the fact being upset with Setsuna and Toha for keeping this on her, that she's happy they're alive. I'm surprised she hasn't slapped the two for lying to her. Oh, I thought we were friends, despite the fact that Moha is Toa's cousin and Setsuna is her twin sister. Yep. And that's it. It's a really pointless episode. Aside from the fact we have a mild connection to the pilot episode, this episode is completely just pointless filler. It doesn't supply the series at all. Like, there's no mention of the Dream Butterfly at all. Yes, I've not come across one of these episodes in it's been a few episodes I've come across one of these, but there's no, like, content here. Like, aside from that's probably by far the weakness of the episode is Kohaku. You see him twice the whole episode. You see him, you know how much screen time he gets? Roughly 2 minutes of screen time. Yes, Kohaku. Unlike last week's episode, which was really, really good, I thoroughly enjoyed it. This episode, despite the fact given animation, was pretty weak, and by far one of the weakest episodes of the entire series. Like, this is the third episode I come across where you watch it from beginning to end, and you come out of it like, what was the point of this thing? Absolutely nothing. Aside from the fact we have one minor reference to a character who last appeared in episode 7. And this is episode 19. But here's the thing. Next week's episode looks a heck of a lot better than this thing. It's almost like this episode barely gets brought up probably next week. Okay, the next week's plot looks like they're going to visit the village of half-demons. Basically, figure out where Setsuna grew up. I'm like, that's interesting. I like that. This episode, I thought it would be interesting to see like a demon, maybe a tournament. Nope, it just basically like a 4-on-1 mock battle. Like, what is this? Basically, like she's basically watching a video game or something? Yeah. And the 4 guys basically she's sending out to take on the demon slayers. Really pointless people. Like, in the case of the ninja, he looked like he was a ripoff of a character from Naruto. Yes. I am not kidding about that. That's what seriously the guy looked like. He looked like a rip-off of a character from Naruto. You have a guy from the 70s. No, seriously, he has a freaking afro. Since when is that popular in the 1600s for Japan? Like, last time I checked, well, unless somehow that Toa's book got read by somebody in the Shogunate, there's no reason why this guy has a freaking afro. There's no reason for it at all. By the way, the lady, who clearly is a gay guy. Now, not the first anime I come across like this, but man, it is completely obvious this guy is gay. Like, he refers himself as the lady. Like, this is so stupid. Like, why couldn't you have, like, an actual beautiful woman? Not some guy wearing makeup. This is complete other nonsense. Like, I would say of the 4, the only one I found interesting was a ninja. Because at least it was interesting. But overall, these 4 characters are completely pointless. And I don't think these 4 are going to appear for the rest of the series. Yeah, and by the way, the Granny character, to me, she seemed like a complete rip-off of I'm trying to think, what was her name? Oh yeah, it's Masaru's sister. I mean, she sits on her crystal ball. Like, I'm gonna look up her name here because there's a whole arc basically dedicated to her. Let's see here. I know I got notes for this one. Let's see if I can find it here. still recording, Dad.
It's going to take about 2 minutes.
Can you wait a few minutes? Well, I think it is Bauerhoda, I think her name is. I forgot how her name. But she seemed like a great ripoff for the character. But it's just okay. It's not terrible, per se. Just got a weak plot. Okay. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Well, I'll probably do another video tomorrow. In case you're curious about Case Closed, no new episode this week. Nope, until 2 weeks from now. So we have 3 weeks of no Case Closed. Yep. They probably want to take a break because they just said 1,000, okay? See you next video. Bye.